make it with Kim and Garrett made it.
What is up? Welcome back. We know you love to do it, build it, and make it.
And we're here to help you sell it.
You're probably wondering why slate? Why not something like wood or acrylic? Because slate is the universal donor of the gift-giving world.
From a data perspective, slate has a high conversion rate because it's a safe gift. It's functional, it's durable, and when people see that bright white engraving against that dark stone, its perceived value skyrockets. In a marketplace full of clutter, slate is the clean, premium option that customers grab without hesitation.
Think of slate like the Swiss Army knife of the laser world. It pretty much fits any situation. Weddings?
Check.
Corporate gifts?
Check.
My grumpy uncle's basement man cave?
Double check.
It's the highest profit to effort ratio in the shop.
Today we're making a 4-piece coaster set. Why a set? Because a single coaster is a souvenir, but a coaster in a holder is a product. So we're combining the natural stone with a bamboo holder to create a complete home accessory.
Step 1, we're going to gather all of our supplies.
Quality is going to start with the blank. We're going to be using a 4x4-inch slate coaster. You're going to want to check for even thickness. These are pretty even. It does have the chipped edges, but ideally you want them about 5 to 6 millimeters in height. That's about 1/4 of an inch. And you want them to be even, pretty even all the way across. You don't want too much variation because during the laser engrave, your laser could go out of focus. So you want them pretty flat on top. It's got a little variation there, but not much. We're also going to be using this wooden holder. This is for part of the display. We want to make sure that this looks like a premium gift when we're done. So this is a great way to display your slate coasters.
We also got the coasters that already have the little rubber feet on them, and if they don't come with the little rubber feet, I get some little rubber pads to put on the bottom. Somebody doesn't want something that might scratch their mahogany table. Buying cheap slate is just like buying cheap tires. You're going to regret it halfway through the journey. Go ahead, spend the extra few cents and get the good stuff. You won't regret it. We'll leave the links to the things that we're using down below.
So to break down the cost, these are relatively inexpensive. You can get them for less than $1 each, especially if you buy them in bulk. And the holders, they vary, but you want to spend somewhere around maybe $3. I think we spent less than $3 for this one. It's pretty basic, but you do want to add some sort of little holder on these to make them give that premium feel. Now, if you want to offer these maybe at your craft booth and you just have them tied together with a little twine, you'll offer them at a little bit lower price point and you won't need that premium gift feel that goes with them. So you've got ranges with this product. Step 2, it's time to do our engravings. I'm excited today because we get to use our Eon MIRA 5. This is our 40-watt RF tube laser. Now, I think this is the first time we've had the opportunity to use this laser in a video, so I'm excited to tell you a little more about the RF tube. Now, the RF tube is a metal tube and it has an incredibly fine beam that allows us to do high detailed engravings that almost make it look like it was printed. With our Eon Nova 14, we will typically engrave anywhere from 200 to 300 millimeters per second. And just to compare that, today we're running at 1100 millimeters per second. So we can do fine detail incredibly fast. And here's the pro secret. Engrave from the bottom up. If you start at the top, the exhaust fan is basically blowing in a dust storm. And it's like trying to paint your house with a leaf blower blowing next to it. You want to start at the bottom, keep the engraving crisp, and let the MIRA 5 do its job. If you're looking to upgrade your shop, check out our partners at Eon for a laser that can actually keep up with your business.
Inside Lightburn, I already have my 4-inch squares laid out in my jig format. And I put the SVGs, or the engraved pieces, in the center of each of my squares already. And I left about a 1/4-inch gap around the edge so I don't engrave any of the jagged pieces. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn off the engraved part. I'm going to send the cut part to the laser to cut out my jig. We're going to make a cardboard jig so I know exactly where to place my little square coasters, because a design on a square coaster, if it's off just a little bit, it'll look wonky. So I'm just going to slam this cardboard at 0, 0, all the way left, all the way forward. And I'm going to cut out my squares so I'll know exactly where to put my coasters back in. Now I'm going to remove all of the little squares of cardboard. Just get rid of all the little squares. I made a jig so I can do 8 at a time. I'm going to slam it back in 0, 0. Now here's an important part. Any oils on here from your fingers or whatever will show up hazy or gappy or just look different than the other engraved areas. So we're going to clean each one. Now you can wipe it down with 90% alcohol or some lens wipes. That's what I'm going to use. And if you don't have either of these, just a tiny drop of some soap and some water. I'm just going to clean all the dust, make sure there's no dust on here, and make sure there's no oils on here. And then I'm going to place them in the little slotted holes. Back in Lightburn, we have our jig set back to 0, 0. So I'm going to turn on the output for the engrave and turn off the output for the cut. I'm going to send it back over. But we're running this thing at 1100 millimeters per second. Watch how fast this thing goes. Choosing the right design for a 4x4 Slate coaster is about balancing the visual impact. Since Slate fractures white when lasered, your design is essentially a negative image. Prioritize bold typography because Slate has a rough, uneven texture. Ultrafine lines like those in delicate script fonts can get lost in the stone's grain. Use bold fonts with thick lines to ensure that every word is readable from a distance. High contrast is king. If you're using an image or a logo, ensure that it's high contrast. A grayscale image will often look muddy on Slate. For the best results, convert your graphic to a pure black and white, like 1 bit, before bringing it into Lightburn. Scale for visibility. Remember that Slate Coaster is only 4 inches wide. A design that looks great on the computer screen may be too busy when shrunk down. Keep your main message large and centered, leaving about a 1/4 inch margin around the edge of your design.
Coasters are social items. People buy them to spark a conversation or a laugh. Designs that use sarcastic hospitality, like "I hope you brought the wine," or blunt warnings like "don't F up my table," consistently outperform generic floral or geometric patterns. Also, hyperlocal branding. Personalization doesn't always have to be a name. Use local coordinates, lake outlines, city skylines. People love to represent their home turf, and these designs make for perfect housewarming or realtor closing gifts.
Step 3, it's time for assembly. This is the easiest part.
Now, when it comes off the laser, it's going to have a little dust on it, so you don't want to leave it that way. You're going to wipe it off. You can use, we'll brush it off, and then we'll either use this little alcohol pad or a little washcloth with a little alcohol on here, just to get all of the dust residue off of it. Let's talk sealing.
To seal or not to seal. Now, it kind of depends on what you seal it with. You want to seal it because otherwise the oils will eventually seep in, and you can see here that the oils just from fingers and foods and stuff have penetrated and kind of made everything look dull. Everything looks dull and faded now.
And over time, as you handle them, yes, the oils will show. So you don't really want to leave them raw. But the flip side of that, what we've seen online and other places, is that people like to spray them with some sort of a shellac or clear coat and make them really shiny because it makes the engraving pop. But then they're no longer really a useful coaster.
They're not absorbent, they're slippery. You put a wet glass on a slick coaster, and what's the use of the coaster? I mean, the coaster is nullified at that point.
Personally, I don't love that shiny look, but we have another solution for you.
Here's the secret sauce. This impregnator.
All right, we all know. Just take a moment, make your jokes right now.
Soak it in.
Yeah, and then we'll come back so that you can really learn the information.
This impregnator will seal the stone without making it look shiny or slick. It looks almost like there's nothing on it, but it does make the gray deeper gray and those whites from your engraving pop even more. It looks great, and you just add it with a little foam brush. Here, we're gonna do this one real quick. You just add it with a little foam brush, wipe it on.
There are a couple of versions of this. There is a spray. So this is, let me give you the details on exactly what this product is called, and we'll show you a close-up. But it's the Miracle Sealants 511 Impregnator Sealer. Now, this is the small bottle, this little liquid jar that you see here. There's also a spray version, which is great. But our spray can, when we've used them in the past, We don't have good luck
I
with
do
spray
not have
paint.
good luck with sprays.
I don't know what he does.
So I did one coaster and it seemed to have ran out of CO2 or whatever
the whole
it
can
is.
got squishy.
It got squishy.
We moved on a long time ago to the liquid version, and it works just as well. You don't have to worry about that. But if you have good luck with spray cans, maybe a spray version of this is easy too.
I mean, this is just as easy. Here, get a shot of this, how easy this is. I just dipped it in. I'm just going to brush it on.
I'm on the wrong side of you then.
I'll do it this way. We'll just brush it on. And when it first went on, I was like, I don't know, Kim. It kind of made everything look dull now. But once this dries, now it says like 2 hours to dry. But I tell you what, we just come in with a hair dryer, and in like 1 minute, it's dry.
Yes, so you are thinking, oh, I can't see it. But he's right. Give it a moment. Let it dry.
The hairdryer died, but you can see what I mean. It's really starting to pop. The grays look darker and the whites look brighter.
Right, you can actually really tell because the wet side, you can't see it, but the dry side, the letters are really showing. Now this is the finished product. You can see that the coaster on this side has no sealant on it. Looks great. The coaster on this side isn't shiny. It's just a little bit darker, but the white engraving really pops.
Yeah, you can tell the impregnator definitely looks darker and poppier. This just looks faded.
So now you still have that. It's not a shiny finish. It's a dull finish. It still feels like stone. It's not slick. So I think the impregnator does a great job of sealing. We ran these on 3 different lasers. We ran them on the Eon MIRA 5 with an RF tube, the xTool P2S with a CO2 tube, and the xTool F2 Ultra, which is using a Diode Galvo laser. Now, they all look great, but if you get in there and really look up close, you can see the difference in some detail. Now, take a look at this one. Look at the flowers and the foliage up at the top. You can see the really detailed engraving that the RF2 is able to do as compared to the CO2. This is the P2S. Now, the words engraved really well, but the foliage is pretty good. Pretty good.
It's there. It's there.
And then this one is a close-up of the Galvo laser, the F2 Ultra, which is a diode laser. And this one looks pretty good too. This one actually looks better in this case than the P2S. But if you get in really close, you can see that the lines of this one really aren't like the Eon. Yeah, let's go back. There you go.
Here's the Eon with the RF tube, and then here's the diode. So I think unless you had them side by side, you probably wouldn't notice. Again, here's the Eon. Let's check out the skull with all of his teeth. This is the RF tube with a super fine dot. Here's the P2S. Check out the skull. His teeth are a little more blown out. Lines are a little bit thicker. And then here's the F2 Ultra. I mean, I really can't tell between the P2 and the F2.
Right, they look pretty good. Now the difference in color is because this actually has the sealant on it and this one doesn't. So you can see the sealant really makes a difference and makes it pop. Oh, the other thing I wanted to show is the outline of the letters.
Oh, right.
These two, both the F2 and the P2, left a little outline on the letters, which look good. It still looks nice, but
nice.
Look at the difference.
Just looks smooth.
Mm-hmm.
This is because the overscanning. There's no stopping at the edge of the letters. It kept moving right on past. So there's no little burn edge. See how these have a slight burn edge? I think they all look great, and only a laser connoisseur would know the difference in the details, I think. Step 4, time to package and present it.
Presentation is 70% of any product's value. Truly presentation makes a difference. If you just saw a table full of coasters, you'll grab 4 of them and say, hey, I'll spend $5 on this and give it as a gift. But if you package it in some sort of a box like this with a window on it and a bow, now this turns into a $5 gift into a $45 gift that you'd be proud to give, especially if you can include something like this bamboo holder that will hold them and then present the coasters. All of that goes in this little box with the window on it, and its presentation is perfect, wrapped, and ready to gift.
Perfect presentation.
Yeah, that was hard to get out.
So each coaster is like $1. We talked about that. And then the little holder is also about $1. So all in, $5. I don't know how much here you got in packaging, maybe 50 cents or another $1.
Yeah.
That's $6.
But you can sell these, like I said, $45, $35. It's really the perceived value, and it is gift ready.
It's about where you're selling it and who you're selling it to.
You can also wrap them in a bow like this. All I did here was, I don't have a box. I just put a nice ribbon around it, and it's presentation ready. What else did we have?
Oh,
and my third option, putting them together in a little sack. Now, what's the difference in cost here already? You can look at this little sack, which is cute, but the value of this sack and the value of this gift box are different. So think about that as you may want to lay your coasters out on your table so people can put together their set, but then show them, I will put it together in a little box for you and it's gift ready.
I mean, what people really want, I want to be able to grab this, pay you, turn around and hand it to my mother-in-law.
Yes.
I don't want to have to do anything in between. I want something that's gift ready. Step 5, sell it. You need to get some videos of the final product. You need to get some process videos, and you need to get some good pictures of the product. Post them all over your social medias. See how they do for a week. Cherry pick the ones that did the best and got the most interaction and boost those as an ad.
So you don't just want to be a maker, you also need to be a marketer. You want to be able to reach out to those high ticket clients, those corporate clients, things like realtors and businesses, and offer these as gifting options. You can do a little home sweet home. You can do somebody's 25th work anniversary. You can even package these in some sort of a wooden box so that they really are a collectible kind of item. There's lots of ways to do this, but it's important to get those pictures so that you can do that marketing and you can reach out to those big ticket clients.
Well, I'm about out of time. I got to go make a box to put a bunch of whiskey coasters in and make some money. You got to go test out your own coasters, and we will see you next week where we'll do it, build it, and make it again. And a big thanks to the Make It Mafia. That is the best family a man can have. That is our membership area. There is extra SVGs, extra content, and
I'm gonna jump in and interrupt you because those of you that are in the Master It tier did get 50 coaster designs to go with this video. So you got those as exclusive items, and you can make your own set of coasters. We've already given you the designs.